Hi, my name is Shug. This is my show. Hi there. Welcome to today's episode on the Shug Show. I'm your host, Brandon, also known as the Shug. So, I have been hearing that you all wanted to hear about how my cruise was. I didn't know if I wanted to talk about this or not because it just wasn't that important. But if it's important to you guys, I'll share how it was. So, it was a big experience for me. It was my first time going on a cruise, and I've never been on one. I've never even left the U.S. ever. And it was a big new experience for me. So what we did, we started in Galveston, Texas, because that's where our ship was. Our cruise line was the Royal Caribbean, and it was fun, but I experienced a lot of seasickness on that ship. I was truly seasick. I'm not even kidding. And the first day was totally bad for me. Like, first day we were watching the Super Bowl, I couldn't even focus on watching the Super Bowl, so I just went back to my room and just slept. And besides, I didn't even care about the Super Bowl because we all knew who was going to win. And well, I tried to go down to the infirmary to get some medicine for it, but they charge you for it, so I just grabbed some at the front desk at guest services. But next time when I go, I'll probably get used to it because it was just my first experience on a cruise ship. So I should maybe even bring those white eye patches that you wear just behind the ear, because I know they're supposed to prevent seasickness. And so it was pretty big. They had like 52,000 pounds of food to feed all the people on the ship. The food was good. I liked the dining. The food in the dining was good, but I did not like the buffet. I thought it was kind of roady. And but hey, it was all free, so we had to give it a shot. And the drinks were free too. We bought a 12-pack we bought a 12-pack drink package that gives us like it only does like $10 a day. And so on our journey on our it had like the ship, it had like a total of 5,000 people. There was like 4,000 guests and 1,500 employees. And so while the water was pretty rough. We were going through the Gulf of Mexico, and the water was just so rough. That's what mainly caused me to get so seasick. Was the water just being so rough. But anyway, but I still enjoyed it. The best part about it was our excursions. That was my biggest favorite part about our cruise. So our first part of our journey was Honduras. Honduras was pretty awesome. I really liked it. The water was great. It's also it's got the second largest barrier reef in the world, next to Australia. So what I did, my excursion I went with my brother and his girlfriend on a private beach resort. So when we got there, we just got to go on a little tour to it was a little zoo called the Animal Encounter, where we saw lots of good animals. The best animals we saw were monkeys, and they were capuchin monkeys. So we even got to go in the cage, and they crawled and jumped all over us. And monkeys, they're so sweet animals. I love them. And we even got to go explore some ancient ruined temples. Then we had some lunch, and then we just chilled at the beach, and then we just went shopping for a little bit. And then we just got back on the ship, and we were sailing to our next country, Belize. That country is awesome, but I wouldn't want to live there though. It is pretty cool to visit, and what I've learned about that place is that the people down there, they're pretty poor. It's a pretty poor place. Like, for jobs, they only make like $80 per week on wages. Like, say the only average person makes about like $20,000 $1 a year on wages. And their main living job that they do down there is tourists. And they don't even have a police department down there. What they have down there is called an alliance. That's who protects the people down there. And what our excursion was, we did cave tubing and we did zip lining. And on our tour, we drove past a tree. We drove past a banana tree, and that banana tree was pretty awesome. It grew straight down instead of curling like all other bananas, and also that like they used to have McDonald's and Burger King and all those other fast food places, but they got rid of them because it was just too poor. It was just too expensive for them, because it's like I was just saying, they only make like $80 per week on wages, and you can even graduate there at the age of 16. Like, instead of getting a diploma or a degree, they just send you to a vocational school and just learn a trade about work. And when we went down there, we went past a tree that grows apple bananas, and it grew straight from down instead of curling like all other regular bananas. And so that was it for Belize. They live a huge different culture down there, and their national sport down there is soccer and rugby. And so that was all it for Belize. And so our next part of our journey was Cozumel, Mexico. That was our last part we visited. And we went down there because we wanted to go swim with the dolphins. And those animals are so cute. I love dolphins. And we also did snorkeling. That was kind of scary at first because I kind of had fears for it, because you never know what's out in the ocean. There could be sharks out there, and that's what I was afraid of. But we didn't go all the way out there because we didn't go past the barrier reef, so we wouldn't be attacked by a shark though, because we didn't go past the barrier reef. But I did see lots of fish swimming. I saw some stingrays that were pretty cool. And then we just had lunch, and then we just went back on our ship and get ready to journey home. And so that was basically it for my cruise. So I'm out of stuff to say, and so that's all I got to say for my cruise. And it was a fun experience, and I will definitely die to go again, as long as I don't get seasick. Okay, and there you have it. Bye-bye.
Oh, tickles.
All right, let's get out.
Tickles. Thank you guys so much for tuning in here today at Nerdy Blurb TV and checking out this video. Consider subscribing if you're into this kind of stuff, because we like to keep it nerdy here and interact with cool individuals such as yourself. Have a great day.